putting the fight in faster than light. Welcome to Cosmopunk.
Until Proven Innocent, a homebrew Starfinder adventure featuring the crew of the Laika 7.
I'm Cypher, and I play Ryder, a Yasaki operative otter with a sharp sword and an affinity for sushi. I'm also the pilot of the Laika 7.
I'm Ty, and I play Radar, the cyborg mechanic coyote replete with big guns and a small attention span. Also, the weapons officer of the Laika 7.
Hi, I'm Pan, and I play Baph, ex-galactic idol, now kobold android mystic, and the captain of the Laika 7.
Hi, I'm RJ. I play V, a Vesk engineer, and the drone flyby. V is the ship's mechanic and chief trouble magnet, but for this campaign, I'm going to be the DM. Episode 7. Episode 4? Episode 4. 3 days before current events. Iago's space yacht with the Laika 7 crew on board has almost completed the journey from Outpost Z where they were hired to Iago's mansion on Query. Baph, Radar and Ryder have successfully repelled the Shirin pirates that were attempting to take over the ship and are now hurrying to their bunks to get some well-earned rest before landing. Baph has her own bunk, so she's retired to that. Radar and Ryder have gone off to their one. I mean, what would Baph do in her room on her own?
She's reading. She's managed to get her hands on. There's a bunch of books just in the room, just for aesthetic and good looks. So she's just flicking through them.
Just as you're chilling at your bed, you hear a knock on the door.
Oh, come in.
The door opens. Nesta steps inside.
Oh, Nesta, it's good to see you. Can I help you with anything?
Just thought I'd come by to have a quick chat with you. Iago's retired back to his private quarters again. He's a bit shaken after the whole pirate incident today, so
Right.
Thought I'd give him a little bit of space.
Of course. I hope he understands that the crew did what they had to make sure that everyone was safe.
You seem to handle yourself very well out there. Where did you learn to fight like that?
Oh, it's funny. No one ever really asks me. The guys, they're not real fond of magic, so I guess you'd call me a mystic. That's what people say anyway.
Fascinating. Yes, I think you'll do nicely.
How do you mean?
Can I get a perception roll from you, please?
Yeah. 15.
15 total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't notice it at first, but just out of the corner of your eye, you catch a glint of something to the side of your bed. It looks like the very tip of a tail has just flicked behind you.
Oh, did you bring Bob here with you? It's not a problem. It's just,
Nesta doesn't say anything, but just as you look back to Bob, that tail suddenly flicks around again and it wraps itself tightly around your waist.
I'm sorry, Nesta. I really am. I'm not really. I know the guys really like the snake. I'm just. If it's trying to be cute, I'm not really into this. I don't mean to be rude.
Can I get another perception roll off you?
28.
Yeah, you've been talking to Nesta, but the entire time you've been talking to him, he hasn't been reacting. And you notice as well now that as you look around your room, the clock on the wall, the hands on that have stopped. Bob around your waist, he's not moving. Even the book that was in your hands, you've not been holding it, but it's just hanging there. It's like everything in your room froze while you weren't looking, and it's only just become noticeable to you. And you look back to Nesta, and without any part of his body moving, you hear his voice inside of your head. And he says to you, Baphomet, you work for me now. When I call upon you, you will do as I command. You will speak nothing of this. Obey. And as he speaks, you feel this crushing presence that's like a pounding headache, and then almost as suddenly as it was there, it's gone. Suddenly you jolt, and you realise you've been napping. Your books drop to the floor, and everything seems completely normal. Nesta's not there, Bob's not there. Radar and Ryder, you're sharing a room.
Yes.
Yep.
Just as you're starting to rouse, for just a fraction of a second, you feel like you hear an intense psychological scream in your brain. For only the briefest second.
The actual shit.
It sounds like an android psychically screaming. Oh dear. Back to the present. Episode 7. Ha ha ha, mine is an evil laugh. Now die! The crew is betrayed. After a power cut and mysterious ghostly gunshots are heard in the manor, the obelisk is stolen from its vault, and the Laika 7 team are framed for its theft. Iago's villainous servant Nestor traps the crew in a secret tunnel leading out of the manor, and Baph is finally able to reveal that not only was she made to steal the obelisk for Nestor, but that he has been silently influencing her actions ever since they arrived on the planet. You're wanted thieves, you flashbang 2 members of Iago's security team, there's a trusted member of the local community that's accusing you of stealing it, nobody knows where you are except that person, and the first people to go into the vault that aren't you 3 are going to get miniguns.
Oh.
So, we've got an awful big mess to clean up.
Oh no.
You are inside a long, sloping tunnel. You can't quite see the end. It's not lit, but you've all got some form of alternative vision.
And Baffy was under the control of Nestor, and she's only just awoken.
At the point, Baph, you haven't told them exactly what happened.
Pissed.
Yep.
She swore in static. She's that pissed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Baphomet, calms down, collects herself.
Baff, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, what?
It's Nestor. He's an incredible powerful mystic. I'm not sure how, but he managed to induce me to help him steal the obelisk.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm very angry, but I'm fine.
That's understandable, but are you sure you're okay?
I'll be okay when this is over, one way or the other.
Okay.
Through gritted teeth. But the other thing to mention is, who knows where the obelisk is right now?
Well, Nestor's got it.
No, Baphomet blinks. The obelisk is on... It's on the shit heap.
Do you mean the shitbox?
I mean the shit heap, Radar, that you dragged us into this. It's on there. He made me place it there.
Holy shit, Baph, really?
Radar, you can't blame Baph for this. She was under
No,
control.
I'm not. It's more of an exasperation at the scenario we are in. I'm very sorry, Baph. Didn't mean to make that sound like it was aimed at you.
Yeah,
So
Either way, first things first, we need to not be stuck in this... Where are we, anyway?
Some sort of tunnel underneath Iago's mansion.
Yep, this is an old access tunnel that was dug probably centuries before the current version of the mansion was built. You can't see all the way to the end of it. It's a yawning chasm that extends beyond your immediate view. It's completely dark inside, and the only electronics that you can see is the former panel that would have opened the hatch back into the mansion, which has been obliterated. Where would you like to go?
Radar,
yes,
you still got that gun that can cut holes in walls?
I'm holding it.
Do you want to maybe cut us an access hatch, or should we get out of here? Because I've got another plan to get out of this.
We had that transmission from Nestor right just a second ago, saying that they're expecting us. Yeah, and they're expecting us at the mouth of this tunnel. So let's not go that way.
Thing is, if Nestor is probably expecting us to run, that's their game plan.
Yeah, so let's do the unexpected. Let's go back.
Yeah, but we need to go to the police.
If we go to the police right now, all they'll do is arrest us, and Nestor gets away with the artifact.
Unless we can convince them otherwise. And I think the only way we're going to do that is if we go in disguise.
What? No, then we just look even more guilty when we get caught.
You use the word when so plentifully, Radar.
Okay, so you and Baph can disguise. You're quite good at it. Radar just gestures to himself, the very, very distinct cyborg coyote.
As long as we don't look like the crew of the Laika 7, we'll be okay.
Or, here's a new plan. We go back in there, capture Nestor, make him undo all this shit.
He's going to have some sort of plan to stop us from doing that. He knows we're resourceful.
His plan is he thinks we can't get back through this fucking door.
Just to the point, if he, for some reason, thought we could, the first thing I would do would be to set all kinds of traps at the front of the door. You go through that door, for all we know, you get cut to ribbons. At least if we go the other way, we've got some way of finding our way out ourselves. He knows if anything will come out this way.
That's the same reasoning for not going down this tunnel, because there will be traps at the end of it. He knows we're resourceful.
It's either the traps there or traps once we figured out a way out.
Well, I'd rather take the traps in the area we know.
We knew. He may have changed everything.
He can't have changed the floor plan of a building.
We don't have the floor plan of this part of the building.
We've lived there for 3 days. We know it.
We're in a tunnel that we have no floor plan for. We don't know.
Yeah, so I'm saying
Where
let's
this
not
is.
go further into the tunnel. Let's go back into the house.
Well, we don't know if we can yet. No, try and lazy your way through the door.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a try. Right, DM?
Yes, this is going to be interesting because my understanding of your gun is that it fires very small, precise holes,
Yeah.
but it has line. I don't know how you do that out of combat.
Well, this is up to you. The way I was going to ask if I could do it was, could I expend every charge I have for this thing, literally render the gun useless, to cut a hole in the door?
I'll allow it.
Yay.
I mean, it's not like that's your only gun, is it?
No, I've got my other one on my back here.
Yeah.
Always come prepared. Right, I will use the gun. Do you want me to make like an engineering roll to see if I can sort of override the burst mechanism on it, so I can just cut an actual line?
Yes, you can do that. It will, however, take you probably 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And another 10 to 15 minutes cutting time. It is now about...
Time we don't have with the police coming in within
Well,
any
I'll tell you
moment.
what. You go down that hole. I'll cut through this door.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got a plan, Baffy. Will you allow me a sec?
Mhm.
So, DM, I have got a hologrammatic projector of myself.
You do?
Is there any way I can use it to project another Yosaki form over myself to disguise myself as a different species?
Do you have one programmed into it? Do you have an example of another Yuzoki loaded into it that you can use?
Probably not, no.
That's the problem, because I'd let you do it if you already had a scan previously of another Yuzoki, so you could just beep boop and load it in.
Okay.
Or if you can get a scan of another Yuzoki somehow.
Get another scan of another Yosaki.
Yeah. I'll let you do that, but in order to do it, one of you has to get close enough to another Yuzoki to make a decent copy of them.
So I can't make another Yosaki from memory or anything.
No, I think that would take a bit too long because he's literally rendering.
No, that's fine. In which case, I'll take Baffy's hand and say, "Come on, Baph, we've got to get out of here. Let Radar do his work."
Right, let's go.
Okay.
Right, so two of you are exploring the tunnel.
Yes.
So Radar, I'll come back to you. Say it takes you probably in total half an hour to both reprogram your gun to use as a cutting tool and to cut an entire hole. What are you going to do when you cut the hole, just to get ahead of set?
Probably step back, contact these two if I can, let them know that there's a hole been cut.
Yeah, we're still
Cool.
on comms, aren't we? And
Yeah.
Baph has still got her psychic ability.
Wait
Yeah.
until you come back to me before I figure out what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, the tunnel that you're walking down is interesting in that it's not lined with anything, as in it's not a concrete structure. It looks like it's literally been chiseled by, not even by machine, it looks like it was chiseled by hand aeons ago. It's the same glittering rock that the vault was built out of, and it's twinkling gently from the small amounts of light emitted in there. You trace your way probably 5 or 6 minutes worth of walking, and then you start to notice that the other end of the tunnel you're coming against is starting to slope upwards.
Right.
And as you follow up to that, you finally reach a dead end where it looks like someone stacked blocks or bricks up against it. So like Nessa described, it looks like someone's gone to the effort of sealing up. Again, the bricks and blocks that have been placed there look like they're pretty ancient. There's dust and cobwebs and all sorts of things in the way of them.
When you say ancient, is it done with like bricks and mortar, or is it just like piled up?
There's some mortar, a lot of it's crumbled away.
Well, the thing about brick and mortar is that it's not that strong.
It's not that
especially
strong.
when it's ancient, you can kick it over with a boot, a well-placed boot. So, Ryder's going to indicate Baffy to come over, and then Ryder's going to sort of knock her shoulder against it, see if she can break through it.
Yeah, after the same, she'll use,
Maybe hang on, she's going to press her ear against it first. What does she
oh,
hear?
good idea.
Is that perception?
Yeah, I'll roll perception for it.
Okay. It's 10 on the dice, and 13 for perception, so 23.
That's good enough. You can't hear much. There's a gentle sound of maybe wind very faintly in the background.
So no police sirens or anything.
There's no police sirens, there's no ominous beeping, or...
Okay, come on, Baph. I think this is our way out. And then she's going to start pounding it with her elbow on her shoulder.
So, the first time you slam your body against it, it shuffles a bit. There's a bit of dust trickles down from the ceiling. Baph, are you helping?
Yeah, of course.
Asbestos. A bit. Baph, you're a bit taller, so you have a bit more purchase on it. After probably a good 10 or so minutes worth of effort, you've managed to punch probably a hole about the side of your socky head in it, and then as you keep working at it, you've got a hole the size of your socky body, and then you can see a faint glimmer of starlight on the other side, and the sound of the wind gets louder. It's the sound of trees and gentle nightlife.
Cover of darkness, perfect. Okay, Baffy, wait here. I'm going to stick my head up and see if there's anything around out there.
Alright.
Okay. Are you rolling another perception?
Well, I'm going to roll stealth, first of all.
Yep.
To go invisible. I'll do that not on my bare wood table, so it doesn't make a horrible sound.
Coward.
It still made a horrible sound. That's a nat 20 on
Oh.
stealth. So
Oh.
42.
You
Oh, God.
cannot be perceived. People can't even acknowledge your existence.
I am in the nether realm. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Ryder's going to stick a head out of the hole in the brickwork and sort of peer around in the darkness like a periscope.
Cool. Give me another perception.
Okay, another perception roll. 18 on the dice plus 13.
So you're looking out into the dark. You've got low light vision, haven't you, or dark vision?
I've got dark vision.
You've got dark vision. Yep, you can see now the end of the tunnel is in sight. Against the backdrop, though, of the stars and the outline and the silhouette of trees, is an almost imperceptible, very thin line of some kind that just seems to be stretching from one wall of the tunnel to the other across the path that you would be taking.
Tripwire. Fuck.
What do you see?
I think somebody's put a tripwire up here. Very, very careful where you tread, Baph.
Can you see what it's connected to? I can't fit through there.
Can I see what it's connected to?
It's big enough for your head, basically.
Yeah.
So, or head and body at this point. Yes, if you are to look out and then sort of do a complete circle around, there are two...
Wait, so she sticks her head through a circle and the head just rotates?
Like a periscope.
Yes, with that level of stealth, I'm going to say you're allowed to do periscopes. There is a package of some kind that someone has affixed to the ceiling, and a second one that's been affixed to the left-hand wall, and both of them have a tripwire that comes out of them and then is attached to the opposite wall. It's under perfect tension, even under the light breeze. It doesn't wobble or shimmy at all. In fact, the only way you can even perceive it is just as it catches the vaguest glimmer of starlight from very particular angles.
Okay, so some sort of hairline trigger we're dealing with. Okay, yeah, she's going to look down to Baph and say, that bastard Nestor has put traps all along this corridor. You need to be very careful where we tread if we carry on through here.
Okay, do you think there's any way we can maybe disarm them on the way through, if we have to get radar through here?
I can try and disarm it. What am I talking about? I've disarmed a bomb before. I know V did that.
You could disarm it. I believe in you. Like, pats her on the shoulder.
Oh, thanks.
Oh no, she's got her head through. She's still got her head through. She pats on the butt because she's got her head through a wall. I believe in you, Pat.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Radar, how are you getting on with your adventures indoor? Probably been about 15 minutes at this point. You can now begin cutting.
Okay, right. And was it a slide door or a hinge door?
It's a hinge door.
I'm going to start at the hinges. Maybe I can save some time that way.
So yeah, you fire up your trusty rifle of extreme doom.
Well,
There's a
it's now a
blinding-
cutting torch. Yeah.
There's a blinding flash of light as the thing initializes and then settles into... What colour's the laser, actually? Is it red or green?
It has to be red, I think. It's
star.
specifically called a red star type, so I guess...
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you start cutting through the door, and then no sooner than a few seconds after you say that, you hear on the other side of the door, "This is the Query Police Department. Come out with your hands up."
Baph, Ryder.
What?
Oh, radar. What's up?
They're the other side of the door, the police.
Oh, shit, it's the fuzz! Wait a minute. We're not guilty.
I was going to say, you're meant to be innocent.
Do you want to come and talk to them?
That depends. Is the captain there?
I can ask. Hey!
Come out now.
Yeah, no, we can't. The door's shut. Is the captain there? Elena, I think. Was it Elena?
It was her surname,
We
is
didn't ask
long
for
and
her
Russian
first name.
sounding. No, we did. We got her full name. It was
Yeah, you got her full name. It's
Elena
Elena
Anatrovich.
Anatrovich.
Is Captain Anatronovich there?
There's some
Captain Animatronikovich.
I don't know. Shut up.
there's some muffled talking for a second. This is Captain Adolfovich. What do you want?
Tell
So-
them we were framed.
We've been framed.
Who is this?
It's Radar. It's the cyborg coyote.
Why would she? Oh, she meant to fly for a moment.
You met
Yeah,
us.
You're
You met
yelling
us a
through
couple
it.
of days ago in the hangar bay.
Yes, I recall.
Yeah.
Why?
You know his chief of security, Nestor.
Yes.
He's the one who stole it.
There's some more muffled talking. How can you substantiate this?
That is a good question. Let me consult with my fellows. We need to substantiate the claim that we've been framed. How
Are
do we
you
do
still
that?
cutting while you do this?
Yeah.
Wait, are
Oh,
you?
sorry, no, fuck no. I've stopped cutting.
Yeah.
Radar, there are traps down this hallway, and I'm willing to bet there's going to be dabs on them. If we can get the police forensics department down here, they can see these traps and see that Nestor's worked on them. Maybe.
Wait,
Okay,
hold on.
I'll try that.
Wait, but they'd have traps down here. This is still going to be an entranceway.
Would they really? They're explosive tripwires? That's a bit brutish for people so high up.
Oh
in the-
shit! Captain,
What?
don't
What?
go down in the vault. There's a minigun, and it's programmed not to fire at my 3 compatriots, and it's programmed to fire at anyone else.
What? Did you put that in there?
Yes,
Oh.
we did for security. We were hired as a security firm.
There's some more muffled talking. There's a sound of like very hurried footsteps.
Oh God!
And there's the silence maybe for a couple of minutes.
And then the sound of people getting mowed down by miniguns.
No, luckily there is
God.
a sound, you know, because then there's a thump on the door. Oh,
Hello?
Yes, this is Elena. Roll persuasion, somebody.
I'm not trying to persuade anyone. I'm telling the truth.
That is persuasion.
That
Oh
is
shit! Okay,
persuasion. Yeah,
give me a second.
Only Radar can really do persuasion point. He's the one talking to them.
yeah.
Here is to the +0.
Oh.
Here is a 19 to the
Ooh.
+0.
Okay.
I am being my brutally most honest here.
You hear a new voice in the background. Clearly, this is some kind of trick. Obvious to me that they've been caught trying to escape
Is
from
that
the
Nestor?
obelisk. They're trying to backtrack and cover themselves.
Is that Nestor?
It sounds like Nestor.
Don't listen to him. He's lying.
Ryder's going to start running back to the to where Radar is at this point. We've got the hole now if we need to get through it, but I think it's time we were all in the same place at once.
Yeah. I mean, she's not entirely convinced. She's got the loyal, trusted aid of Yargo on one hand, and then she's got 3 strangers who've been laying miniguns around the place and are now hiding behind a door.
Baffy, come on! We're letting the soldier do the diplomacy. Come on!
No, Baffy's following, but she doesn't. She's not following like at speed. She is like running, but running a couple steps behind you.
She's doing like a cute run.
No, she's doing like a. If I go too near this Nestor guy, I'm going to make a mistake.
Oh,
So she's like, okay, I'm on my way.
maybe we should stay back then. Is that something Ryder would pick up on?
Double
No,
shit!
no.
Double shit! Banging
No.
on the door. Also, Captain.
This is something to do, but it's not like she's not saying she's worried or anything. She just doesn't want to be the one to do the talking because it won't sound good.
Right. Okay.
Captain. Captain!
What? You're
Also, he's an incredibly powerful mystic. He might try some mental stuff on you.
absolute rubbish. Nothing of the sort. I curate an art collection, for God's sake. Just
He's planning to
have them
steal the art collection.
all, have them all arrested. Clearly, their getaway attempt has failed miserably, and they're trying to talk their way out of this.
You tricked us into a tunnel!
Nothing of the sort.
Just
Check
guys,
the cameras.
guys, come, guys, one moment. Did you say that you were dealing with what happened when you ran off? What happened with all the soldiers? It was just a fake, right?
What?
You went running off after gunfire,
Yeah, it was just the noise. That there was no evidence of combat whatsoever.
right? Which means that Jocasta and Malbec would have heard that as well.
Unless they're in on it.
unless they're in on it. But
Unless they're in on it.
you don't have a psychic link to them, do you?
God, no. But we do have them on the comms. I've got the tablet still.
But we do have them on the comms. Baph, you're a genius. Call them up.
Okay, fine. We call up Malberg.
You try to, but one of the features of the crystalline walls, much like the vault, is that there's no radio signals in or out of them.
Ah.
So you still can't directly contact people when you're in areas of the planet like this.
But just to clarify, are you sure that they heard the noises as well, right?
That's why
They
they're
got
in the
back.
security room.
Right, which means if they were in on it, they wouldn't need to have done that.
You're right. You're right.
They're literally the only people who can corroborate our story at this moment.
Yeah, they are. We need to tell Radar. Radar.
Wait.
What?
We don't want to risk him trying anything. I mean, how do we know he's not going to do something to them instead as well, like he did to me?
We should probably save that little bit of evidence till we get out and away from Nestor. You're right.
Right, I am losing very much patience with all of you on this. Open this door right now, or we will force our way inside, and then you're all getting arrested.
Look, we can't open the door because Nestor smashed the control panel from this side. Ask him to open it from that side.
Someone has smashed the control panel from this side. It's clear, to me at least, that whoever did it was trying to prevent it being opened, much like
Indeed.
somebody would do if they were trying to escape.
Check it for
Then why am I
dabs.
trying to cut back into the room?
Check it for dabs. Get your forensic team on it. You'll see Nestor's handprint on it.
I do not keep Zona in my pocket.
Well, that's why you get the forensic team on it. Bloody fuzz.
No, that's enough.
Sorry, that's
we are
good
going to cut the door open, and then you're all going to jail. And then you're going to
Wait, Captain, if I may. If we had come here to
Who is
steal
this?
anything, this is Baph of the Laika 7. If we had come here to steal anything, why would we have tried to get in contact with you so often?
Baph, roll persuasion.
Okay.
Are you guys at the door now?
Yeah.
Yeah, where was you? 27.
You can hear Nestor is whispering something.
Okay.
Don't trust him. He's a snake. And he has a snake.
Burp. Knew that was coming.
Look, it is clear that the only way this is going to be solved is if you're all brought in.
Alright, but bring in Nestor too.
The only way we're coming out is if you bring in Nestor as well. It's our story
Uh-huh.
against his at the moment.
No reason to bring him in. He have offered me nothing to suggest that he is not innocent of this.
Then you haven't offered us anything either.
I've had enough.
What?
We are going to open the door, stand away from it, or you will be hurt.
I'm going to turn and very quietly ask these two. I'm going to have to punch some cops.
We're not going to punch some
I
cops.
really don't want to punch some cops, although it might be fun. But
going-
no, I don't want to punch cops.
That's incredibly surprising from you, Ryder.
Well, I'm
We're
not,
going to
I'm
go
not
to
particularly
prison,
a fan of the
and
law.
he's going to get away with it.
It's fine. Relax. Let me handle this. Captain, we are, for want of a better word, a well-established group of mercenaries. We would not want to have to come to any kind of blows with the police force. You're just doing your jobs. We appreciate that. We will come out willingly, but on the proviso that there is no violence, and we are not placing chains or anything like that. We will come with you and answer your questions and prove our innocence that way. However, if you force us to go to blows, we don't want to, but we are very able to defend ourselves.
Again, roll diplomacy.
All of us or just Baph?
Just Baph.
Okay.
23.
Total.
Yeah.
Again, you can hear Nestor is saying something quietly in the background.
No, that is not agreed. You are in no position to make demands.
Do you think Nestor's mind controlled her as well?
No, he's just whispering to her. Like he look, at this point we're in. Like, there's no reason for them to suspect Nestor. Why would they? He's lived here with this whole time. They all know him. We're some random people turned up, and he said they stole my shit. Like, yeah, it sounds viable. He doesn't have to mind control them to sound right.
We don't have any
Everybody
evidence.
roll reflex.
Oh boy.
Here comes the breaching charge.
Oh boy. 18.
24.
9, 26.
As you're talking, the metal of the door seems to glow for a second, and it gets brighter. It goes from cherry red to orange to white hot, and then a pure beam of red light shoots up to the top, and then starts to cut sideways along the top of the door.
We got to
I can
get
tell
out of
you-
here, guys.
Okay, yeah, that didn't really take. We tried.
I can tell you that this will take up to about 15 minutes.
Mhm.
There's
Right,
nothing
pick
we
up
can
my
say to
gun.
them now. We need to get out.
At
Yeah,
this
we
point,
need
it doesn't
to
matter if we're caught or not. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryder's going to bolt in the opposite direction, and then on on her sort of halfway around, she's going to skid to a halt and turn around and go, Radar, there are tripwires everywhere. Watch where you step.
You tell me this now?
Yep.
Radar looks around, like literally everywhere.
Well, not in this bit, in the next bit, where the bricks are. Past the bricks.
There are... Right, okay, let's go. Let's just tell me when to look for tripwires.
Okay.
You sprint back down the tunnel.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hang on. I'm going to pull out my pen and paper and write a very, very quick note in common saying, watch out for tripwires, and I'm going to pin it to the wall.
Good idea.
Yep.
And hope that they see it.
Yeah. Well, we did warn them before this place was trapped.
Yeah,
I'll take out one of my long life glow sticks, snap it, and drop it at the foot of the note.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yeah. See? Right, we're sprinting. I'm sprinting towards the
Yeah,
hole.
you have reached the previously bricked up thing. It's now got a fairly decent sized hole. You could get 2.
Radar, kick it.
2.7.
No, stop.
Oh, please kick it.
I can deal with this.
Okay, Ryder's going to
just need
snake her way through the Yosaki-shaped hole and
Yeah.
use her shoulder light on the tripwire so Radar can see it.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Right, so I am a mechanic. I count as always having a tool for the job.
Yep.
So I'm going to pull out my snippers. So the way we've got to do this is we need to cut it so that
Wait,
it doesn't...
we're not on the other side of the wall yet.
I can't get through.
You've got a hole in it about 2.745 Yosaki's tall.
Okay. 2.745 Yosaki's tall.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
that means nothing to us. Can we get through the hole?
All of you can fit through it, but almost immediately on the other side are the 2 tripwires.
Oh, I thought it was just like big enough
So-
just for like Ryder's head or something.
No.
So at this point, you've made a sizable hole. You can get through it if you need to.
Okay, let me go through.
Yep.
I'm going to stay in the hole and I'm going to cut these tripwires without setting them off.
Okay.
That will be an engineering roll, if you please.
Do you want me to go up ahead and look for more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that will also be an agility roll from Ryder to get past them without setting them off.
Sure. Agility is my good stat.
Do
But
good.
maybe we should go shoulder to shoulder. You spot and I cut.
Well, you're not through the hole yet. I'm just
Well, I've just
looking
cut.
for them
I've
at the
just
moment.
cut these two. I've rolled 30.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's some good cutting, boy. Yep. So, with your engineering tools, you very precisely and very delicately use a set of pliers to hook the wire and then cut just before it, maintaining the tension, and then slowly releasing it so it doesn't snap back and explode. And then you do that with the second one as well. You have cleared those 2 obstacles. You can now freely walk through past the wall without any fear of immediately dying in a fire explosion. What are you
Alright.
going to do with the 2 charges? They're both
Have I made them
reasonably
safe?
They are safe now. You can touch them and play with
What
them.
are
They look like crudely formed satchel charges. They're filled with a small amount of explosive, a motion sensor, which in turn is hooked up to the cable that you've just cut, which itself is then tied to a spring, so that if it were to be cut without the proper technique, it would have sprung back into the satchel and detonated it.
And it's just pure explosive. Nothing fancy. It's all very low tech.
There's no remote interface to it. Whoever put it there probably knew that they couldn't detonate it remotely.
Does it look like they put there recently, or have they been for a while, or what?
Yeah, it looks like it was put there very recently.
Okay.
So then there's no seismic thing for it. It's not sonic. It's not designed to break crystal. It's just designed to kill things in this tunnel.
No, it's designed for if somebody was expecting a group of, say, 3 people to be escaping through that part of the tunnel.
Right. Spot the next ones, Ryder. Let's do
Right,
this.
Okay, yeah, I'll use my my shoulder light and my perceiving to spot any more tripwires or traps
Yep.
in general down this hallway.
Roll perception.
Okay, 17 on the dice plus 13 again.
Gets total 30. Yep, so as you're walking down the tunnel, you're now probably only about maybe 5 or 6 meters from the end. And then just right at the far entrance, another incredibly thin and dainty wire.
Whoa! Stop! There's one.
What?
There's one up there. See?
Right. Yep. Shine your light on it.
Okay, I'll do that.
I'm going to make a thorough examination of this one, because if this is like the failsafe, I want to know if they've taken any extra steps, like a pressure plate or anything.
Yeah, why would you put 2 tripwires in the tunnel?
Yeah. So can I make a...
So you want to inspect it before disabling it to see what it's made of?
No, I want to see if there's any traps waiting for me if I try and disable this the same way.
I'm going to say straight engineering for that. You just want to
Okay.
inspect it in more detail.
That is 33.
Yeah, it It seems like this is the same sign as the previous one. There's nothing special about it. It looks like whoever did it just wanted a second.
You know, for a museum curator, he's not very imaginative.
Yes.
Well, I'm leaving these charges. I'm leaving these charges behind, by the way. No, I'm not. I'm taking them with me.
Are you,
Oh,
are you
I'm
sure?
taking-
Why?
Yeah. Well, they might come in useful.
What? Doesn't that implicate?
No, and failing that, they're evidence.
I suppose. Are you sure you want to get dabs all over them?
Dabs.
Fingerprints.
What? He only has 5 fingers anyway.
Yeah. I've only got one hand. I should give him gloves.
You should give him gloves. So retroactively,
It's okay.
he's wearing gloves.
I'm not wearing gloves. But it's fine. Look, at the end of the day, what's probably going to happen is the police are going to go chasing after us, run right past these things, and Nesta's just going to pick them up. I've disabled this one as well. Let's just go. Wait, where did he say the artifact was?
It's on the ship. Our ship.
That's the point. Do you have a way to trace where the runabout is at any particular moment?
No.
No.
I've never mentioned it. We could always follow the smoke trail.
We need to get out of here and then hide out in the woods for a bit.
Where you are at the moment, essentially the forest backing Iago's private domain. Off into the distance, you can see the lights of Query, the city you were in earlier. So you could probably walk there in a few hours.
Okay, we go through the forest towards the city. We find some way to disguise ourselves, and then we hide out in plain sight amongst all the people while we work out what to do.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
In the distance, you hear the clang and the notable absence of that laser being used anymore.
We should probably run.
They're through. Come on, let's go. Have you disarmed the satchel yet?
Yes.
It's done. Let's go.
Right, let's go. Come on, Baph. Ryder's going to give her a hand out of the hole.
I could very quickly collapse the hole behind us. It might buy us more time.
Yeah, shit. Go on. They think we're guilty anyway. Might as well.
All right. So one of these satchel charges I've got.
Yeah, if you want to activate it, then...
Please don't cause a cave-in, radar.
It's going to be a cave-in, but just not on them. It should be fine.
Okay.
The other problem is they run off twip wire. They've got no remote activation.
Good thing I got this grenade. Right, I am taking the grenade out, pulling the pin, and throwing it in there, and hoping it'll sympathetically detonate. This is a very panicked and rushed plan.
It is
Okay, so... Go on, run me through your improvised homebrew explosive again.
Put the satchel on the ground where I want it to go off.
Yep.
Take the grenade, pull the pin on it, put it next to the satchel and run.
Cool. Alright, how long's the pin on your grenade, timer-wise?
5
Sorry,
seconds.
1 second. Why don't you put the grenade in the satchel, pull the pin, and toss the whole thing?
2.
I've run. I've done. I've run.
Okay, alright, that's fine.
So, you sprint out of the remaining section of tunnel, and just behind you hear a fairly potent, especially with a grenade attached to it, explosive go off. And then there's a loud, crystalline cracking sound, like a pane of glass being forced against something heavier. And then very slowly, a slab of the crystal from the top of the tunnel shears free and slides down, definitely blocking the tunnel to anything that isn't a Yosaki or Small
Ryder and Baffy are holding hands and fleeing through the forest towards the city, waiting for radar at the moment.
Yeah.
Come on!
I'm coming!
Hurry up!
Sorry, I had to stand there and watch.
They're still alive, aren't they?
Cool guys, don't look at explosions, radar, come on!
I'm not... What?
Everybody knows that.
You have fled into the forest. The first sun is just about starting to rise.
What sort of environment is between us and the city?
It's dense forest, essentially.
Dense forest.
At least until you get to the outskirts of the city, and then it slowly devolves into sort of private estate.
Hopefully no one's buzzard hunting this time of the morning.
Do we have signal on the camera?
Just ignore that.
You are no longer in the tunnel. You have your data pad, which miraculously has survived, has re-established a connection.
Okay, now just to double check. Jocasta and Malbec work for Iago, below Nesta. They don't work for Nesta, is that right?
Yep, they work for Iago.
Let's call Jocasta and Malbec. Literally the only people who, like us, experience something strange at night. If we can explain what's going on, maybe they can get back to Iago at least.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's take a chance. They're the only lead we got at the moment.
Yep, so you can establish a connection. Are you going to start a call?
Before we do that, Ryder's going to quickly roll a perception. She's going to scuttle up the side of a tree and
go on.
Look over all around in the forest and see if there's anyone about or any animals or anything.
Yep, so you scuttle up a tree. It's pretty peaceful. You can't hear anything that wants to arrest you, at least.
Are there any vehicles nearby, like a road or something?
If you look towards the city, stretching out from it, you can see the long meandering road that you originally took to get into the city the first time.
Is there any sort of fuel station or places where vehicles might be parked on that road?
Yep, if you're looking just in the very distance... in fact, you know what? You can see that noodle bar.
I can see the...
The one that was in the very outskirts of the city. It'd probably take you a good, like, 3/4 of an hour to add to actually walk all the way there.
Maybe we could have them meet us there.
I'm also thinking we need some sort of insurance policy if things go tits up. We might need to steal a vehicle.
Crimes do solve all your problems.
I do like to drive.
Well, we're in pretty deep as is. I don't think borrowing someone's car is going to count that much against us, as we're accused of stealing a galaxy in a box.
Well, let's not advertise that too much. Let's,
Yeah, alright.
If we are going to talk to Jocasta and Malbec, be advised that the police will probably be listening, and if they propose a meeting, it's probably a trap.
Is there any way Ryder would be able to tell, with her operative knowledge, if the communication device has been bugged, just by listening to the sort of background noise?
Do you mean you want to listen to see if other people are in the room, or if someone's established
Either
a
or,
link?
because she's got, like, spy knowledge.
You could probably use your operative knowledge to know if there are some distinctive background tells of somebody starting a record of the call or police technicians in the background.
Okay.
You need an engineering roll to work out if the physical device has been compromised.
Okay, well, I can do either or. I can do, like, a profession roll or an engineering roll. I'll do an engineering roll, because it's my highest stat. So, yeah. Baph, if you're going to do that, Ryder's going to be, like, listening very close.
should we just hand it over? Like, just, give it to you first to check it out before she makes a call.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yep.
So that is an engineering roll of 28.
Cool. So from that, you'll know that physically it would be possible for somebody, if they wanted to remote into any calls that are made over the iPad, and if they wanted to, they could potentially find the location.
Okay, Baffy, this is bad news. If you use this device to talk to Malbec or Jocasta, we're going to have to leave it here. We're going to have to treat it like a burner phone, because they can track us from...
Oh, absolutely. That's the plan. I don't want anything that can track them there. We just need to...
Okay, so make your call, say what you need to say, and then we leave this thing behind here.
Mm-hmm.
Unless somebody was good at computers and could find a way to overwrite those parts of it.
Radar?
Yeah?
You wouldn't know how to counteract surveillance technology, would you, on a device like this? She hands it over to Radar.
Maybe?
It's
Let me have
computer
a
stuff.
look.
You're better at that stuff than I am.
I'll take a look at it. Is that a computer's roll, DM?
Yep, so you want to do a computer's roll.
18.
18 total?
Yeah.
Uh,
Roll a 5,
You know what?
man. Come on.
Ooh.
yeah, you know what? You go into the settings, you turn off my iPad.
What?
Yeah.
It's just like one little switch.
Boop, boop, boop. There you go.
Oh.
No, there were subroutines on it that were designed specifically to track not just your iPad, but all of the home control assets at Yargo's place. You have isolated it from the rest of Yargo's network, and you've disabled the specific parts of it that allow it to record its current location. So essentially, at the moment, it can't broadcast where you are, and it can't make at your end. It can't make a record of what's being said.
Okay, Baph, I think this will be a bit safer now. So what you need to say, we don't need to get rid of it, and now we have a constant means of communication with Malbec and Jocasta if we need one.
All right. So just to be clear, are we going to stick to talking here, or do we want to meet in person?
I don't know. They could talk to the police if we meet in person. They could set up a sting operation. I think it would be easier.
I guess we'll see how it goes talking to them.
All right, just don't trust the cops. All right. Just meta as well. Ryder doesn't trust any sort of authority figures with guns.
Could never have told. Could never have guessed.
Yeah.
Something ACAB. But yeah,
Okay, so let's make the call.
there's a short amount of dial-up and connection, and then there's a weary sounding Malbec answers the call. Right, who's this?
Malbec, is that you?
Oh fuck me! It's you? What? Why are you calling
Malbec,
me?
relax.
Everyone
Calm.
wants- What? Why are you calling me? You're fucking persona non grata around here. After
Malbec, listen. Late last night, you and Jocasta were victims, just like us, of some kind of mass hallucination, right?
You threw a grenade at me.
Yes, I understand that, but that was after we all heard armed gunfire that didn't exist. My friends were trying to defend the place. That's what we were hired for.
What, you got into a gunfight? But then
No, there was no gunfight. There was no guns at all. Someone...
No, I heard people shooting. There was somebody who was going
Did
through
you
the
see
building.
anybody from the security room? We didn't.
No, we couldn't find them on the cameras, but
Did you see any kind of proof of gunfire?
like, there's
Anything? Shells? Bullet holes?
You can hear Jocasta is in the background as well. And then
no, we couldn't find. It's
Malbec,
like
Malbec, go to the places where you think you heard the gunfire and check for GSR, bullet holes, anything that would have indicated some sort of gunfight. You won't find any. It was a trick. We were set up.
but by who? Why would someone set you up? You don't even work here.
Where are you now, Malbec?
I'm in the medical ward because someone threw a grenade at me.
It was dark. I'm so sorry about that.
Batman
thought
looks
you
at Ryder like, why did you throw a grenade at them?
It was dark. I thought they were bad guys. Besides, if I'd mean to hurt you, it wouldn't have been a flash grenade.
No, that makes me feel much better.
Well,
Right.
You're welcome, I guess.
you can hear like the door opening and someone's walking. I mean,
Like, listen, you won't find anything. Trust us. But what we need to tell you now is important. Remember when I asked you how well you knew Nestor?
Yeah.
How well really do you think you know Nestor? Because Iago may be in danger as well.
In danger how? I mean, he's been here ages, years, decades even. Him and Iago have been tight since.
Look,
Really?
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't got any idea. But we were brought in here as patsies, and if we're not careful, something could happen to you. I mean, he's easily set us up. It wouldn't be hard to do it to you as well, especially if you could corroborate our story that there was gunfire and nothing happened.
I mean, yeah, I'll admit that's pretty weird. But if you're being set up, why don't you just bring back the obelisk and?
This is the thing. This is the thing. Give me 1 second, Malbec. Puts the tape back over the speaker, I guess. Guys, we know where it is. We need to get to it. If Malbec finds it and we say it and it is where we said it was, then it doesn't make a difference. If he goes there and it's been moved, or worse yet, the ship's been taken,
So we need to sneak back into the lion's den, is what you're saying.
we need a way back in. We can get it. We just need to.
Still hear you.
Oh,
What, I put on mute.
you said you put some tape over them. Like,
Oh.
Come on.
yeah, I know what we meant, DM.
Okay, so he picks up the phone and goes, Malbec, you know what? That's actually pretty much on the ball anyway. We just want to make sure that you guys are safe and we can get out of here. So it's good that you listened in, because now I have to explain myself twice.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you telling me all this? Why don't you just tell the police?
Because you're the
Where's
only
the
other,
other?
you and Jocasta are the only other people who know that last night was a fake.
And we tried to tell the police. They don't want to listen to us.
So,
If we wanted to steal it, we wouldn't. Why would we talk to you?
no, I don't know.
We need your help to clear our name, get the obelisk back, and potentially save your boss's life.
roll me persuasion.
I am changing dice.
That is a convincing argument.
Okay. Oh, 32.
I mean, I've got to admit, you're actually speaking a lot of sense. There's some things about this that just don't seem to add up. I mean, I've been working security a long time, and something about this just doesn't smell right.
Okay, well, Malbec, it's
I've looked through every single corridor now, and you're right. There's no evidence of any gunfire whatsoever. I can't figure out.
Malbec, listen, it's important. You don't tell anyone this. We don't know who is in on this, so you need to keep this zip, okay?
Oh, just you and Jocasta, because Jocasta was there too.
Okay, so you remember Ryder? I was saying if you wanted to roll a operative
Yes.
to figure out if anyone's listening to the call, now would be the good time to do that.
All right, I will press my ear up against the speaker. Okay, that is a 20. Dirty 20.
Didn't we undo that though?
No, you undid the device itself, making records and telling them where you are and transmitting everything that's being said. It's no longer a bug, basically. But there could still be like the entire Query police force on the other side of the line, out of shot, holding a boom mic up to the iPad. And...
Oh, they're just like in movies when they're all like, keep on the line.
Yeah,
right, we're going to push it out.
there's like a tape recorder rolling in the background.
Everyone's smoking 20 cigarettes.
And with a roll of 20, no, you can tell Malbec and Jocasta are on their own. There's no police force in the background listening in on them.
Is there a way you can let us in? If you do, we can just literally hand you the thing, and then we can take Nestor to justice.
Wait, so you're going to bring the obelisk back?
Well, we don't want it.
We don't need
We
it.
know where it is, but we don't want it. He framed us. He forced me to steal it.
Where is it?
It's on our ship.
But your ship's not here. Your ship left.
Uh-oh.
What? Where is my ship?
You know that GIF with the guy like blinking and like looking away twice?
Yep.
Yeah, but the other guy like, what?
Hold on.
And then you hear the sound of the feet moving. I'm going to the security station.
Be careful now, Beck, seriously. Keep an eye over your shoulder.
Yes, also you be careful, but also find our ship, please.
My ship.
It's a communal ship.
It's our ship.
Damn.
Yeah, you can hear security station doors closing.
The power cuts out, but sometime between when the power cut out and when it came back in, about an hour or so later, your ship's not in the hangar anymore.
Oh, good grief. And there's no sign of anything before it's gone? Just how long was the power out for?
About an hourish, I think, because it was meant to come on with battery power when the sun set, but it's like somebody was forcing it to stay unconnected.
Even more suspicious.
We have some idea of how that might have happened as well.
Nestor took us down to the battery labs where he kept us out of the way before he started the scheme. We were down there with him. It was definitely his machinations.
Wait a minute. Would this planet have some sort of shipyard record of who came and went through the atmosphere?
There is air traffic control, yes. And it wouldn't be Atmo because... actually, there's a point. Can the runabout, break in and out of atmosphere?
It can go to orbit. It can't go beyond that. It's not interplanetary. It's
Okay,
not
so
interstellar system.
it's surface to...
Yeah. It
Okay.
can putter around. It can putter around in space. It can putter around in an atmosphere, and it can go from atmosphere to space and back again.
It's
But
an
outside of that-
SSTO.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I could probably pull up records from here of flight launches. Hold on. Then
There's no hold music this time, unfortunately.
Perhaps us humming
Sounds like
our own whole music.
He's making Jocasta do all the actual looking. He's just holding the phone.
yeah, you're right. There's about what's that? It's about 20 minutes after the power went out. Your ship left, but it didn't go into atmosphere. It left our hangar. It looks like it headed towards another part of Query.
Well, that's another implication of our instance. That ship isn't nearly powerful enough to fly on its own, and we've got evidence of us being in the mansion.
Also, we are still here.
Yeah.
Hello.
So there's no way that ship could have been in our control when it was being flown away.
Yeah, you're right. Well, what do you want me to do then?
Keep your head down. Don't tell anyone that you've spoken to us. It's vitally important. Something bad could happen to you. We're going to go into town. We're going to hide out for a bit and work out what we're going to do next. But we do need to come back to the mansion at some point. Do you know where our ship went on Query?
Yeah, hold on. Let me cycle through all these. I can probably find you rough coordinates for where it landed.
That would be fine. Rough coordinates will do just fine.
Also, can you find out where Nestor is now?
Hold on.
Hey, why do you want to know that, Baffy?
I just want to make sure we're safe, darling.
Jocasta, get the live feeds up.
Gonna roll sense motive. No, I'm not. Lightning bolt strikes on the distance.
Right, so you hear Jocasta come over the phone.
Yeah, he spent about 20 minutes up against the hangar door with what looks like the entire Query police force. But me, you guys are popular. And then it looks like he went over to Iago's private quarters. I don't know where he's gone from there, but him and Iago it looks like they've been talking for most of the morning now.
Have you seen Iago since that point? Have you seen him today at all, or spoken to him?
Not since the power cut. He retreated back to his private quarters, went to his safety room. I think he took his family down there to stay.
And then you hear Malbec back over the phone.
Found the coordinates you're after. It looks like it was parked in another far bit of woodland on the other side of Query. It's only maybe that's interesting.
What's interesting?
The location of that mansion.
What? Why is it interesting?
I've seen that location before. I'm pretty sure Iago's been there before.
And you can hear him thumbing through.
You
old
reckon it's one
records.
of his competitors?
Oh, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Jocasta, thank you. Is Jocasta there as well?
Yeah.
Remember, keep your heads down, yeah, until we work out what to do next. And also, thank you. Thank you very much for this.
Yes, thank you.
Stay safe, I guess. I'll see what I can do this end, but still got quite a lot of police around the place. They've called in the men in suits, as it were.
Okay.
Is that like a thing, or is that just like some men literally in suits?
Oh no, it's their criminal forensics division now.
Oh, okay. I was
good.
like,
Forensics are there. They might
Yeah,
shed some
no,
more light on the situation.
Yeah, or he's faked it.
Or he's faked it. Wait, it's hard to fake forensics, Radar. I don't know.
There's a powerful psychic in there who can literally control people's minds. Look what he did. Sorry, Baph. Look what he did to Baph.
Yeah.
firstly, it's magic, darling. Secondly, let's not be talking about it now. We have a job to do.
I'm guessing you've hung up on Malbec and Jagasta as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
God,
we said
yes.
thank you and hung up. My current plan, and feel free to make changes and edit this however you want, is we either go to the city, disguise ourselves in plain sight amongst all of the people so we don't get picked up on, then go to this mansion where the shipbox is, get the Galaxy in a box back, then go to Iago's mansion and hand it back to the police.
I can't help but feel that there's like this crayon drawing as Ryder's explaining it.
Yeah,
like this 2-frame animation of like a stick otter like going in, getting the box, coming out, handing it to Iago, and then like confetti.
like a very crude flash animation. And then we all go to the city, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over.
I think yes, it looks like the mansion is our next best bet. I'm with Ryder on this.
The noodle bar and the outskirts of the city is fairly close to the same direction as the mansion you're now walking towards. It's now reasonably early morning. It's sort of 6 or 7 in the morning. The noodle bar is open. I don't know if Noodle have a breakfast menu, but this one sure as hell is making a go of it.
Breakfast noodles. Mm.
Are there wanted screens anywhere in this city with our faces on them?
Okay, so roll me perception.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm not used to this much neon. 18.
Oh, 16.
22.
Okay, Ryder,
Yes.
with your sharp otter eyes, you can see that in the bar they've got a TV on in the background, just rolling news. One of the news items is about an important artifact theft from a local resident. There's a vague description of the suspect. One small angry otter, a highly polished cybernetic kobold of some kind, and a local drunk.
Oh no.
Their current whereabouts are unknown. There's an artist's conception of each of you as well, which is
No.
They made my boobs huge. That's really
They've given me
uncomfortable.
way too many eyes.
Yeah,
There's a picture of Radar and he's got like 9 eyes on one side of his face.
It looks like someone described all of your characters down the phone to an artist in China.
It's like the Chinese
So-
knockoff Laika 7 crew.
I mean, if somebody was incredibly suspicious, they might make the link.
Have they said us by name, the name of our ship?
No, they haven't mentioned that. You haven't mentioned you as the crew of the Laika 7. They've just mentioned you as 3 fugitives.
Okay, good.
And then after that, it moves back onto sports.
Okay, guys, try and keep a low profile. We're fugitives in this city.
So the noodle bar is where you're watching that TV, like through the window. It's open, but there's only sort of 3 or 4 customers. There are a couple of cars parked outside. Aside from that, the breakfast menu is up.
So
So we're going to go in and sit on some little stools and talk amongst ourselves.
yeah, we all just sad breakfast.
Sad breakfast.
Can't help but feel we're going to get recognised.
First things first,
One of
we
you
need to
might
get some kind of disguise going, especially for you, Radar. They seem to have really captured your visage with some aplomb.
They maybe look like an insect.
Wait, are we really saying that they put 9 eyes on Radar?
Just
There's prominence for it because he's got that optic that switches between lenses where they roll out and in. So, yeah.
In the meanwhile,
Okay.
I've rolled perception for everybody in the noodle bar.
right.
One of the guys, there's is a Kasatha. He looks tired. He's reading a data pad. He looks up at you and then looks down. Then looks up, like briefly and almost squints for a second, and then looks down again. Certainly doesn't like jump up and yell fugitives and throw something.
Good, because that would be hackneyed.
Yeah, that would suck.
He vaguely thought, they look familiar, but he can't place where.
Okay.
So yeah, you are chilling in the noodle bar.
Okay.
You ordered the depression breakfast. It's
Depressing.
it's basically sausage, eggs, beans, and noodles.
Oh god, oh.
Like grey eggs.
Yep.
What, just like the food is in the noodles?
Yep. It's an entire English breakfast in a
Oh
bowl
no!
with noodles.
Ooh, I like this.
You wanted the depression breakfast. You get a
Ryder,
mug
Ryder
of
chows down on it.
You get a mug of tea and a noodle to start with.
A dry noodle that goes soft as you start it.
Dislike.
Ryder's into this. This is her sort of breakfast.
You enjoy quote unquote delicious breakfast.
We need to find some kind of a disguise, especially for radar.
Yeah.
If we're going to get close to this mansion, there'll be some kind of security. It's best that we don't look too much like ourselves.
Oh, that's a point. DM.
Yes.
There wouldn't happen to be any Yosoki in this bar, would there?
I won't even make you roll perception for it.
Okay.
Not currently, but
Okay.
people are coming and going. No one's paying you in particular notice.
Okay.
Like there's definitely, it's not like an all points bulletin. Currently, look for this person all the time on the screens or anything. Like
No. Well, Ryder's going to keep an eye out if there are any Yosoki coming in, and she's going to have her holographic pip ready to change some settings if she needs to scan anyone.
good shout.
How far are we from street style?
Oh, where
Oh, the shop we want to buy clothes.
Yeah, the clothes shop.
That is right in the centre. That was while you were tooling about in the central business district. So
But we're on the outskirts now.
you're on the outskirts now. It's pretty sparse. There's like the occasional car goes past or the occasional person walks past.
Actually, I was thinking about that, guys. We don't have to go by the woods. And she like eyes one of the cars in the car park.
Smash cut, and we're in a handbag.
How much do you know about hot wiring cars, Radar?
Well, a bit. I've been practicing ever since V mentioned that they wanted to get like that old Earth-style like Mustang Corvette thing.
Okay, what about those ones outside? You see anything you like out there?
There's a selection. There's most of them just like
Get the red
two
one.
daily runabouts. There
Is there a
are
red
no
one?
convertibles. There's no red ones, unfortunately.
Damn it!
Damn
They're
it!
all,
Is
they're all
there
boring
a,
still Bacona boxes.
is there a green British racing green one?
There is a British Racing Green one painted on the least suitable car possible. It's like a large mall cruiser off-roader type of a car. It's got like
A Chelsea
rows of
tractor.
seating.
I love the way
Spotless.
that it's an off-roader, but it's a hover car.
Yep, it's an
Yeah.
off-roading car. It's the cleanest vehicle in the lot.
We're
A
taking that
Chelsea
one.
hover car.
Is there? Can we see a woman anywhere with like a really tight bun,
Yeah, can we see
yelling at
Karen
someone? Yeah,
anywhere?
I can see a manager.
Yeah, while you were chatting, a Yosoki has walked in.
Oh.
With an immaculately pressed suit. They're talking on a data pad.
This car.
She, her.
Okay.
Oh, it's the Karen.
Ryder's going to very
doing a-
slowly
they're
raise
doing
her
a-
hologram tip up.
Absolutely disguise rider as a Karen Yosoki, please.
I'm doing it. What do I
Yeah,
need to
in
roll,
order-
DM? I want to like wear this this person as an over hologram.
Yep. Yep, so basically what you'll need to do is a sleight of hand to just, while they're not looking, create a quick scan of them. Which
Okay.
can involve just holding a sensor close to them.
Ryder is going to fling her chopsticks across the floor, right in front of this person, and go, "Whoops! Sorry about that, ma'am. Let me just get this." And while she's
Gives you,
picking up her chopsticks, she'll take a scan.
Space Karen gives you like a slightly like, ew. Look.
She can look at
Goes
me
back
however the
talking.
hell she wants. So sleight of hand is 26.
That's good work. Nobody in the place is suspicious that you did anything more than just clumsily drop a pair of chopsticks.
How clumsy of me.
Knocking one off for that, like, how clumsy of me.
Sorry.
Yeah, so nobody's any the wiser, and you now have a copy of and
Yosoki Karen.
Great.
complete with your Yosoki Karen hairstyle.
Okay, she's not going to put it on yet, but she'll.
Yeah,
pocket
that would
her-
be definitely suspicious and would attract at least some attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She'll pocket her hologram pip for now.
So while I was doing that, I think Radar and Baph would just. I guess is Radar in the Hot Wire's car
Yeah.
or break
Yeah.
into it? How do we break into it quietly first?
You've got between you one set of mechanics tools and one data pad. If you can do it without being seen, and you can roll me a half-decent computer's roll. I'm going to say you can spoof the proximity key that opens one of the cars of your choosing. You'll need to be, I'm going to say, within touching distance, and it'll probably take you a couple of minutes of suspicious loitering, but...
Okay, Baffy. You keep an eye out outside, make sure no one spots Radar. I'll keep an eye inside the noodle bar and make sure Karen's having a lovely breakfast.
Alright.
Okay. So Ryder's going to go over and stand by the door with eating the rest of her depression breakfast.
Which car have you chosen?
Karen's car.
You're going full Karen.
Yeah, we're going full Karen.
You want
the
British
racing
Racing Green.
Yeah, I want British Racing Green.
4-door, 7-seat.
Absolutely.
There's at least,
70.
Chelsea Tractor.
Oh no.
7 seats. 6 of the seatbelts are pristine, never used.
Are there like 4 baby seats
Wait,
in the
didn't
back?
even have kids.
Yeah, if there's a baby in the back, we can't steal this car.
Oh god, yeah. Is there a baby in the back?
Doing a quick peek in, the rest of the car is immaculately tidy, but otherwise empty. There's no children or pets or
thank God.
This woman
surprises.
doesn't even have kids. She's just got a Land Rover for nothing.
Yeah. A Land Rover.
What a bitch. We should steal anyway.
So yeah, is somebody standing next to the car at this point?
Yeah, Baph is standing next to the car. I guess Radar's going to make the move, I guess.
Cool. Yeah. Give me a computer's roll.
That's a natural 20, so that is 33.
Yep. After no more than a couple of minutes of tipsy tappy with your engineering tools, all the doors just unlock. The central dashboard lights up.
But we're in. 3 seconds work. Easy.
Wow. It really does take 3 minutes to steal a car. Gone in 60
3
seconds.
Who's driving?
Who do you think's driving? It's me.
Oh, really? I guess you hotwire the car, so it's your prerogative.
Yes,
I'm just thinking it would make more sense if the person
if
playing
the actual
Karen was
person who
driving the
owns the
Karen
car
car.
drives
It would
it,
make
yeah.
more sense.
Maybe you two hop in the back and I'll drive as Yusoki Karen.
So yeah, Baph hops in the back.
Okay.
Radar, why don't you go up front just in case anything comes up?
All right, but I'm in charge of the radio.
Okay.
Yeah, here you go.
You are in charge of the radio.
Okay. Ryder hops into the driving seat, and puts her pip on her chest. Presses a few buttons to align it to herself, align hologram to herself. It sort of flickers up
It
in
calibrates.
different layers. Calibrates. Looks at Radar. How do I look?
Powerful.
Strong, independent offer.
Give me a sec.
And more importantly, you don't have to ratchet the seat back 1 million notches.
Yeah, Radar has to ratchet it down.
Right. Yeah, she'll
Yep.
she'll sort of indicate to Baph to bring up the coordinates that Malbec sent them.
Yep, sends them over. Then.
Malbec's coordinates lead specifically to where the runabout landed, as far as flight tracking can show. So it's not directly the mansion, but it's within maybe a 5 or 10 minute walk to the mansion.
Okay. While we're going there, Ryder's going to check the vehicle to make sure there are no tracking implements on it.
Sure.
Yep.
Hang on. Baph and Radar should swap then. Radar needs to get into the back.
Yeah, I'll hide.
You don't think where you try and change seats while driving?
Oh God! Stop moving!
It's okay. I just slide the seat back and just sort of slide out of it, Thunderbird style.
Right,
That would work.
yeah.
It was designed for like human
A
sized
giant
people.
coyote.
God, you short asses.
Baph moves out of the way while she watches Radar spider himself all over the place right now. Just shaking her head.
Radar, are you doing a computer's roll to detect if the vehicle has a tracker?
Yes. 23.
Yeah, good enough. So, looking into it, basically, from the vehicle's perspective, you are its owner, so there's no, real hacking to be done. Looking through the settings, the vehicle is equipped with a tracker, but the person who owns the vehicle never actually bothered enabling the subscription because they live in a safe part of the country, and
Well, of course.
nothing ever gets nicked around here.
Yeah, no
It's
one's
a
gonna steal
genteel,
this.
upmarket area. Nobody's going to steal a car in this neighbourhood. Karen, you fool.
Silly Karen. Well, we're just borrowing this car, right? We're actually not going to steal it, are we?
Absolutely notice.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, Karen will go outside and notice that her car is very much not where she parked it, and probably
Yeah.
call the police.
And demand to call the manager, yeah.
Demand to call your manager. But yeah, no more than a short drive later. It definitely doesn't take the full hour it would have taken to traipse through the forest to get there. The road starts off as like an urban area, but as you head further out into the countryside, it turns more like a country winding lane, and then finally you're directed down an almost imperceptible beaten track of mostly overgrown plants. It looks like this is a sort of road that hasn't been used for ages, but some of the shorter branches have been sort of knocked and broken recently, so someone's been down there recently in a vehicle of some sort. You slowly follow this track down until it homes in on a small clearing, and within that clearing, your beloved runabout / shitbox. It's,
my baby.
Someone's made an attempt to cover it from above. They've dragged branches, and as part of a ghillie web has been
Camo net.
snagged over. Yeah. Someone's made an attempt to disguise the fact that it's parked here, but from the ground at least, it's fairly evident.
Well, there she is. Do you want me to get out and have a look around? See if there's any kind of traps out here?
Yeah, I'm going
Just
to
to double check, this is like a clearing in the forest away from the mansion?
Yeah. So if you were to look in the distance, probably like a kilometer or so, you can see the actual building and the grounds itself. This is public forest and a natural clearing just within that.
Can I roll to see if I can see any footprints or any kind of like path that someone's built made as they walked in a certain direction?
I'm going to call that survival. It's basically tracking.
Alright.
John.
Oh shit. 13.
Yeah, you can see some footprints in the ground leading away from the runabout. They lead towards the edge of the clearing, and then they stop. And then where they stop is the path that you've just taken in your car to get here.
Ryder's going to roll perception to see if the runabout has been trapped in any way.
Yep, go for it.
Ooh, that's not great. 11 on the dice plus 13, so 24.
24. You can't see any evidence of traps. It looks like it's just been parked up.
First things first, let's see if there's anything still inside here.
Yeah. Okay, do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
All
Just
the
be safe.
doors are closed, by the way, so it's been stored up basically.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Radar seems to know most about this thing. Radar, why don't you check it, just in case?
Yeah, I can check it. I can power it up a little bit and see what's happening.
All right, do you want us to stay in the car or come with you?
No, don't power it up. Don't power it up. We don't want to.
No, it's not enough for it to be detectable, just to make sure there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, we just want to know if there's things inside our ship. We want to get inside first. Make sure that it hasn't been.
That's our only ticket out of here if we...
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
We'll stay in the car.
Yeah.
We'll let you do your thing. If
Right.
if
There's no
anything's wrong,
computer.
come back.
There's no computer parting involved. This is your ship. So, looking at it, it's completely undamaged. Well, it's no more damaged than it was when you bought it. Nobody's really tampered with it. It looks like somebody's adjusted the seat and
Fuckers. They've ruined my groove.
it changed all the settings on the radio. But
I'm imagining Baffy and Ryder like sitting in the car. Ryder's got like a death grip on the wheel, watching Radar fiddle and swear with the door.
Now, what you can see is you can look up into the cockpit of this thing, and you can just see Radar stood in the doorway looking into the cockpit, and the expression on his face is livid, but he's dead still.
He's saying "What the fuck" in mute silence.
Yeah.
there's also someone's left junk food wrappers.
Oh. Fume.
But mechanically, it's not been booby trapped, and it won't explode, killing you all if you would start it.
Okay, I'll come back.
Radar.
It's good. It's not been booby trapped, and it won't explode, killing us all.
Is the obelisk in there?
Is the obelisk in
That's
there?
the point, Baph. You haven't
That was-
told them
that-
the exact circumstances of the obelisk.
That was kind of the
situation
point.
No, because she told them that it was on the ship. Bath's going to see. She's going to go past Radar, check inside the runabout. Now she's seen it, it's all safe. And she goes, "It's not here. He had some kind of container. It was what do they call them? A null space container. And he had it in that, and he made me take it to ship, and I placed it on the seat. I think I had to winch it back. I placed it here, and now it's not here. But I saw some footprints. What our character? What is in this container?
It's basically the Starfinder equivalent of a bag of holding.
Okay, cool.
A bag of holding. Is that like a pocket dimension that you can put anything in?
Which allows you to contain something up about 3 feet cubic. Or, interestingly, from the stats, it holds enough air for 1 medium creature or 2 small creatures to remain inside it for 10 minutes. If you've got a medium or small classified creature that can fit inside a 3-foot cube somehow, then...
Well, I mean, I could hide in there if needs be.
Okay.
Alright.
So Baph relays this to the others, explain what a null space cube is. That she put it in there. She put it inside the runabout, but it's no longer there. I think that whoever came out of this took it, and she points to the footprints she spotted earlier, elsewhere. But we can pretty much guess that they headed towards the mansion.
Should we follow the footprints, maybe?
Yep. Did you want to roll your survival on it?
Yeah. So when she points at the footprints, if everyone takes a roll, because her roll wasn't great.
Okay, I'll have a go, because my survival's alright. I think yours is quite high, isn't it, Radar?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh.
So I got a 30 overall for survival. And nat 20.
Yep, that's pretty good. Yep, so for that you can tell that there's 2 sets of footprints, basically, leading away from it. What's interesting as well is that it looks like 3 of the seats we used in the runabout, just from the way that there's stuff scattered that's been left on them and the way that harness has been adjusted and stuff.
Okay, I'll relay this information to the group. I'll say, okay, there's 2 sets of footprints leading up to the mansion, but from the diameter of this cheese dust here, it looks like there are 3 people inside the ship.
But only 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna do detect magic real quick.
Unless one's inside that box that you talked about.
But that doesn't make any sense. I mean, why would you put the person in the box? There were 3 of them. I'm just doing detect magic to make sure there's nobody invisible around or anything like that. Any city buggers.
Or they're still on the ship somewhere.
There's currently no magic happening with 60 feet, and there's nobody steeply hiding on the ship ready to spring out and kill you. Or is there? There isn't.
Don't do that.
Oh, Baph blows the whole ship up. Oh no!
Oh no!
I thought there was someone there. I definitely saw.
Damn.
Why? The few things I'm allowed in this cold, hard world you have to destroy.
But yes, so you can tell that from the size of it, one of the people might have been about human or Kasatha sized. The other one probably the same. The third person you don't know.
If Nestor's still back at the mansion,
He's still at the mansion.
then we only know. Well, we don't know if it's Kasatha. It's just back human size. Then he must have had accomplices.
Yes, at least 3 of them.
He must have had accomplices, which means that there will be more people that we can convince to come clean for us.
Yeah, or this guy's really done some dirty work. Ryder is going to have a look around and see if there are any grave sites nearby, to see if one of these people has been buried nearby.
Wow, that's dark.
That got dark really quickly.
Yeah, what?
Well, I'm thinking outside the box.
Yeah, roll perception for it.
Okay. 19 on the dice plus 13.
No, there has been no horrific murder.
There's been no skullduggery. Okay.
There's no blood or evidence or anything like that. No, I mean, from the evidence you have, 3 people got onto the runabout, and then when it arrived at this destination, there were 2 people on it, and they both walked to a vehicle, and then the vehicle drove down the path, and as it did, it disrupted some of the trees and snapped a couple of branches.
So have we discovered that 3 people boarded the ship, 2 left it, and somebody's vanished mid-flight?
That's another alternative, is someone either got off the...
Somebody was pushed out of the aircraft in midair.
Either pushed or they were delivered to where they were
If they
trying
were pushed, it'd be signs of a struggle. Being delivered somewhere, that makes no sense.
Nah,
Radar, you could probably... does the runabout record,
yeah, it's got a full
metrics?
system.
I suppose you could probably go into that and see.
But it's in dinosaurs, so you can't understand.
Yeah.
I'd have to power it up to do that.
You'd have to power up the computer that measures that. You wouldn't have to start the engines, I don't think.
Okay, keep your eyes out. I'm gonna have a look.
Ryder's going to crawl on top of the ship and sort of perch and keep her eyes out.
Baph can't be still. She's still in the car.
What am I doing? Computers. Okay, 20.
But, yep, so you start up the computer that just contains the section that runs that. Looking into it, the ship, from what you can tell, it left Yargo's manor, flew over the city at a fairly low level, but it still got pinged on radar a couple of times. Landed at the main mansion. The door was opened. The door closed again. It took off again, landed where it is now, and then the door opened and closed again, and then it was powered down.
So it's already been in that mansion we're right next to?
Yeah, so it dropped someone off specifically at the mansion before being flown here to be hidden.
Okay.
And then 2 people who were flying it here got out and drove away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can tell, like, which way they may have gone, or is it more likely that we should just go straight to the mansion, guys?
Let's just head to the mansion.
Let's just go to the mansion. I haven't punched anything today, and I'm starting to get antsy.
Don't worry, Radar. There'll be plenty of time to punch stuff. Just save your energy. Okay, yeah, Ryder's going to lead the party up through the brush.
Cool. Yep, so you're going through dense-ish woodland, so you'd have to like cut your way through things, but you have to sort of duck over a branch now and then. Yeah. You're getting closer enough to see the mansion now. It's nowhere near as opulent and extravagant as the Argos. It's more classically styled. It's
Tasteful. No, it's still a nice place. Like, not everything has to be garish. Something's just like nice and tasteful.
Yeah, it's a little window.
Like a nice wooden oak table.
It's surrounded by a wall and a small moat.
Of course it is. Now, here's the real question. Can I go stealth Karen?
If you go into stealth, you have to switch off your Karen outfit.
Okay.
And when you come out of stealth, you have to re-establish. If you were to do it in combat, you'd probably be using your action. Out of combat, you'd be fiddling around for maybe like 10 or so seconds.
Yeah, that's a fair cop. Okay. So, Ryder's going to disable her Karen avatar.
You no longer have a craving for talking to the manager or
demanding to see the manager's manager.
Craving it.
Ugh. Oh, that was nightmarish. Anyway, I'm going to have a little peruse around inside this place, see if I can glean anything. I'll be on comms. If the shit hits the fan, just fly out of here, okay?
We'll be hearing from you soon.
Alright, so Radar and Baph, you're hiding in the bushes. Ryder, what's your plan?
Is there like a guard's like entrance? How do we get in?
It's just got a gate, but the gate's closed. It's not armed guards or anything like that.
Okay, well, I mean, Ryder's got sticky feet. Walls don't tend to bother her. There's no like barbed wire on top of the wall or anything, is there?
No, there's some cameras dotted about, but there's no like jagged glass or barbed wire. It's far too like upmarket for that.
Time for some Metal Gear Otter.
Colonel.
So, Ryder's going to have a look for blind spots in the camera network, first things first.
Yeah, after some analysis, if you were to shimmy up the corner of the building, you'd be underneath one of the cameras and out of sight of the next nearest one, because it can't look directly down. You could probably, if you were to make a go of it, climb up that wall, get around underneath the camera, and then take a scope over what you want to do next.
Okay. Well, Ryder's probably going to be looking for some sort of gallery or a lounge where people might be hanging out and chatting and discussing evil plans.
So you climbing the fence and looking into the building?
Well, yeah, but keeping an eye out for any sort of security measures on the way.
So basically, you can see inside the quote-unquote compound.
Yeah.
There's the stately manor itself. There's a pleasant grassy garden. The building itself, it's got pretty large windows, so you can see at least the side that you're facing. There's a kitchen area. It's like bedrooms facing outwards, and maybe something that looks like a study. You could roll perception for me.
Sure. Study sounds interesting. 26.
Yeah, so from 26, you can't see exactly who, but there's somebody in the study, and it's like they're sitting at a large array of screens and a computer that's working on something.
Interesting. Okay. Spotting that, Ryder's going to go inside the compound and try and sort of scuttle through the grass, the flowers, the brush, and get to the wall where the study window is, and try and start scaling that wall.
Oh no, this is an immaculately manicured lawn.
Oh, okay.
As one would expect. But there's a couple of expensive-looking vehicles parked around. You could probably zip between them if you roll me a stealth.
Well, of course.
Oh woo!
I shall roll you a stealth. 35.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Effortlessly, you glide between each of these vehicles. To the uninitiated observer, there'd be a blur of motion every so often from one to the next, and then to that, a convenient well-trimmed hedge, and then to an outdoor junction box for the lighting for the yard, and then the blur of Notter zips to the wall. So the study is on the second floor, but you're directly outside the window now.
Okay. Just going to very stealthily peer inside. Maybe try and listen to what's being said, if anything.
Yeah, so it sounds like whoever it is that's inside there is on a call of some sort. You can't catch it's on the second floor and you're on the ground floor, so you can't catch the entire conversation, but you hear snippets. Whoever's on the other end they're talking in actually at this point, do you speak Kasatha?
Kasatha. I don't think I do. I'll just check. And by the way, I probably would have climbed up the side of the wall to get nice and close so I could hear, if they're on the second floor.
Okay.
No, I do not speak Kasatha.
Okay. I mean, I suppose you could always make a recording of what they're saying, and you could probably find some.
And Google
Why are
Translate
we even?
it.
What are we doing?
At the moment, you're spying on whoever this is inside Holmes's mansion, who's sitting at what you presume is Holmes's desk.
We're trying to get motive, is what we're trying to do. To prove
But okay,
innocence.
so from the infliction, it sounds like whoever's talking is very pleased. They're relaxed and happy. The general sense you get is that whoever's talking on the phone is pretty happy. There's some discussion back and forth. Actually, at the point, you could probably recognise the voice on the other end of the phone if you wanted.
It's Nestor.
It's definitely Nestor.
It's totally Nestor.
Yeah.
Yep.
With all the implication of what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you whilst you can't understand what's being said, you can tell that it's Nestor on the phone. He's speaking Kasatha. The other person seems pretty happy.
It's a video phone, right?
So they're on a screen.
Can I use a data pad to take a picture?
Do you who's got the data pad right now?
Well, there's,
Actually,
there's
they-
multiple ones, aren't there?
We don't have our own data pads.
Don't we?
Yeah, so the only data pad you've been using is the one that Nestor gave you right way back at the beginning of this adventure for the one that controls elements of the building.
Yeah, because Radar took off the tracking thing, and then Radar, what was it, Radar who made it so they couldn't?
It was radar.
Okay, so then Radar's got it.
Yeah. Okay, right. Tell you what, if you can roll me a stealth, I'll allow you to scurry back to Radar, get him to lob it over the fence or something.
Okay. Well, it's good that it's a stealth roll. Okay, so 17 on the dice plus whatever ridiculous bullshit my stealth is. 17 plus 22, is that enough?
Yeah. Once again, there's if somebody was happening to be looking vaguely in that area while not paying full attention, they'd see.
Just picturing a guard slurping down coffee and watching sport while an otter waves at a coyote over a fence, gets chucked a datapad and then runs off again.
Yep.
Yeah, the world's apparently least attentive guards would not notice any of that.
Yep.
So yeah, you scurry back up the wall with amazing dexterity at this point.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you wanted to record, you could probably catch. So the conversation looks like has moved on. Or Nestor on the other end of the phone is saying something and looking more concerned as well. The person on the other end furrows their brow a little and then says something back, sounding a bit more concerned.
Right,
Nestor
just
says
to
something.
try and lean in and get a snap of Nestor talking to this person.
Tell you what, I'm going to roll perception for you. Yeah, no, their attention is focused on the call they're taking at the moment.
Okay, what I'm imagining is happening is Ryder takes a quick camera shot and then checks their reaction to see if anyone noticed, and then when they don't, she's going to try risk taking a video.
Yep, you're savvy, you've done this before, you've turned the flash off. So
Oh, well, yeah.
you have not been noticed. And you actually get a proper decent look at the Kasatha as well. Well, they're taller than Iago and Nesta, the ones you met so far. They're a bit more heavy set. They're not fat, but
They're huskier.
Yeah, they're husky. That's a good word for it.
Yeah.
Again, they're wearing a fitted suit, but casually. They're not wearing a tie at the moment. The cloth that covers their lower mouth and face is just a plain white one. Yeah, so they say something back to Nesta, and then Nesta says something back to them, and they look a bit less concerned. And then finally, they exchange some goodbyes, and then the feed is cut.
Okay, Ryder leans back behind leans away from the window. Is there any sign of the obelisk in that study?
You'll need to give me a perception to look specifically for it.
Sure.
Or the null space cube.
Or the null space cube, yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. 29.
Yep. While he's been talking, he's been playing with something between his hands. It's about maybe 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters cubed. He's been sort of rolling it between his hands, sort of like generally toying with it. After the conversation's over, he places it back on the desk, pushes some hidden buttons on 3 of the sides of it, and then it unfolds, almost like you're looking into a doorway beyond. It's almost like a portal now.
Huh.
And he reaches inside his portal. From your vantage point, it looks incredibly weird because it basically looks like he's putting his hand through his own desk. And then he pulls out very slightly, you can see the tip of everybody's favourite obelisk.
Is Ryder still recording?
Yeah, I think so. She will have ducked back behind the window to be less suspicious, but she's still recording this.
So he doesn't pull it out entirely, but you see him pull it out and then let go of it, and then he just says, in common, remarkable, as it hovers there, exactly where he left it. And then he pushes it back down into the box, presses some more buttons, the box folds up in on itself and turns back into an ordinary brown-grey cube.
Can I roll perception to see if I can memorise the pattern of buttons that he pushed?
Yes.
Okay. 21 for perception. Not great.
Oof. That's good. What do you mean not great?
It's not the best thing I've rolled tonight.
Right, so from your vantage point...
Then again, I am recording as well, so...
You are recording as well. From your vantage point, what you'll have seen is he pressed the top, then he pressed the left side of it, then he pressed the left side again, and then he put his finger underneath and pressed the bottom twice, and then...
This isn't the Konami code, is it, RJ? So top, left, down. What was the other one?
Top, left, bottom, and then it started to open itself.
Okay. Right, Ryder's got that on video and she's made a mental note of it as well.
And then he takes it up, walks over to the far side of his office, pushes... This you can't see, he's got his back to you now, and he's covering what he's done. But he fumbles with something, and then slides a door down closed, and leaves his office.
Remarkable indeed, Mr. Holmst. Thank you for listening to Cosmopunk. We're available on Spotify, iTunes, and a bunch of other podcast websites. If you like what you're hearing, tell your friends. Maybe give us a good rating on iTunes while you're at it. We are at cosmopunk.net, and we also have a Twitter at cosmopunks with an S. If you want more Cosmo content in the meantime, we now have a Patreon where we'll be occasionally uploading artwork, interludes, outtakes, and extended lore. We'll be introducing a proper tier system in the future, but for now, tips are very much appreciated. We're at patreon.com/cosmopunk, link in the description. The team has a ton of fun editing these episodes together, but it is extremely time-consuming, so we're grateful for any show of support. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back with more Cosmopunk in 2 weeks. Till then, shoot straight, roll high.
Speaking of our Patreon, we'd like to shout out our brand new supporters.
Shout out to Fringe Corps.
Top notch, Aaron Stargazer.
Good work, Jason.
Cheers to Donald Booley.
Massive thanks to Alice.
And big thanks to Autumn Nomura.
We really appreciate you guys' support. It's a lot of work making this, but knowing that you guys are out there, listening and willing to put your hand in your pocket for us really helps.